What up? Now right here representing for all the Asians. Because like I said, Hispanics aren't the only ones that have neighborhoods. You know what I mean? People always forget about the white neighborhoods, the Asian neighborhoods, Armenian neighborhoods, like other kind of neighborhoods. You know what I mean? So to be saying that, like I said, I did this before with Caucasians. To be saying that Mexicans are the ones to blame for all the gang violence and everything like that, it's fucking stupid. And man, I guess people were blown away there, like, there's Asian neighborhoods? Like, yes, there's Asian neighborhoods, and they're just as deadly as Hispanic and black and any other neighborhood. You know what I mean? Like I said, whatever you guys see on TV, that's fictional. You know what I mean? To be thinking like Asians are like weak or you know, not with the business, like, y'all some fools. Like, you know, they crazy. They're just crazy as raza. So, you know, starting off with. Now here we got the Jeff Rocks. You know, now the Jeff Rocks is a large neighborhood, and with it, I should know, I got homies from Jeff Rocks. You know what I mean? Now they're right there in the San Fernando Valley, as well as Los Angeles, as well as other parts in the LA County. You know what I mean? They're spread out, and like I said, large in numbers. You know, so for people to be thinking that these neighborhoods ain't with the business, I mean, y'all fools, you know. And they're different gangs, you know, like they're not all the same like organization, you know. There's different cliques and gangs, you know, to it all, you know. It's not like if it's just like one and they're all united. I mean, you know, it's like they be, you know, having battles like with themselves. Like I said, it's just like Hispanic gangs, you know. There's no difference except, you know, different races, but that's about it. You know what I mean? These guys are just as witted, and you know, you got to keep your, you know, eyes out for, because they definitely put in work. You know what I mean? Like I said, I got a gang of homies from here. You know what I mean? A shout out to Little C's. Shout out to Nick's. Shout out to Bust. And shout out to the homie Joseph. You know, they witted homies. They've been putting it down, you know what I mean? So they from the valley side, but that's what I mean though. Like, these guys definitely put in work. So for people to be thinking that they some chumps or something like that, like, nah, homie, Asian neighborhoods, they crazy, homie, and this is just one out of many. You know what I mean? Here's the other witted neighborhood right here that I got homies from. It's Santana. Santana is another neighborhood that's spread out throughout LA County. You know what I mean? These guys are in the San Fernando Valley too, you know, through like Granada Hills, Mission Hills, throughout that area. Also in Los Angeles by the Pico Union District. Also, you know, obviously Santa Ynez is named after the block. You know what I mean? That's the name of the street, you know what I mean? And they just grabbed that and ran with it. So they definitely with the business. Like I said, they even you know, grab some of the like Hispanic gang, like the culture, you know, like how they get people confuse them for being like well they roll with sureños, but I'm saying like them actually being like Hispanic, you know, like oh, they ain't Hispanic, damn it, they look Hispanic. But here's the trip though, Jeff Rocks and Santa Ynez does have Hispanics in them as well. It's not like it's just like a full-blown Asian neighborhood, you know. Like there is Hispanics from those neighborhoods as well, you know. But it started mainly as an Asian neighborhood, and you know, it's mostly pure Asians, but it does have Hispanics in them, you know what I mean. And they are cool with homeboys, you know what I mean. Like they mingle with us, because there's some sets that mingle more like with Cribs, and there's some sets that mingle more with Bloods, and there's some sets that mingle more with Raza. And this, you know, Jeff Rocks and Santa Ynez will be, you know, two of those sets, at least in the area where I come from. You know, they used to kick it a lot with, you know, homeboys, you know, like whether it was us, whether it was homies from Violin, whether it was you know, other homies around, you know what I mean. But yeah, that's what's up with Santa Ynez right here, and they definitely crazy, put in work. They're large in numbers. They'll let you out, homie. Like I said, they beef with other subsets, you know, like Asian boys and other, you know, groups. Like I said, there's just beef. There's beef. So, like I said, Asian neighborhoods, they with the business, homie. Here's the Bahalana gang. Now, the Bahalana gang is BNG is how they write it. They're large, spread out throughout LA as well. Now this set right here, they're more like Bloods. You know what I mean? Tend to roll with the Bloods, but that's what I mean. Is like if a neighborhood grows up where there's mostly Cribs, they tend to roll with Cribs. There's mostly Bloods, they roll with Bloods. Mostly Raza, roll with Raza. That's pretty much how it goes. You know what I mean? You interact with, with whatever's there. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm saying, when everyone comes out of the struggle and the gutter, you don't see colors, homie. Because when you're in the streets, all you see is that we're all in the struggle together. You know what I mean? So it's not like, oh, these guys are just trying to be like them or this and that. Because homeboys in the streets, whether it's Raza or African American or whatever, they don't see it like that. I mean, the struggle is the struggle, and we all in it together. So they just see them like if they homies writing for the cause, just like it is themselves writing for the cause. Color, race, and all that doesn't play no factor. I don't know why in TVs and all movies and all that they make it seem like it does. Like they don't. Like these guys are just as deadly as any other gang, and just to be not to be fucked with, just like any other blood set. You know what I mean? Like that's just how it is. They be putting in work, and they, like I said, large in numbers and involving the same activities as well. All right, here the Pinot Riffa, which is in Outwater, which is a large neighborhood in Outwater. You know what I mean? And this one is another neighborhood that has Hispanics in them as well, that adapt the Hispanic culture, that roll with homeboys. And they will definitely lay you out. Pinot, obviously, the short term, mostly for Filipinos. You know what I mean? Because even like Temple's got a Pinot locals clique, but this is his own separate neighborhood. Like I said, they roll. Especially if people have to understand back then where these neighborhoods started, where you had Raza and Asians that had migrated there. You know what I mean? They were illegal, immigrants that migrated right there. And then you had whites and also other whites and blacks that were picking on them, pues, bullying them, obviously because they're foreigners and didn't even know how to speak the language. So these groups banded together, and some groups like Temple or other subsets that both groups united together to stand up for one another. It's the reason why these neighborhoods even started, and why it's even like mixed like between the two. But that's the reason for that. And like I said, they crazy, they with it, and they'll gun you down, homie. Like, so to be thinking some Asians are just some weenies or some lames, like, you fools lost your minds, homie. Trust me, dog. Like, you never underestimate anybody. You never judge anybody. Like, take precaution with everybody. It's just how it is. Right here, also the Hillside's another neighborhood, large in numbers, and that be up to all kinds of activities. Made it the news a few times also for a bunch of sweeps and everything, and racketeering, drug sale, arms sales. The whole works just like any other neighborhood is. Like, that's what I mean, though. You just can't be saying that, just like, if you remove all Hispanics, the problems go away. Like, nah, everyone's still in the mix, though. Like I said, I only cover Hispanic gangs, but imagine if I was to do white, black, and Asians all in the locations. I mean, you ain't getting rid of no problem if you start deporting Raza. Hey, this problem's still gonna be here. That's just how it is. And this is an example of it. Yeah, the West Side Islanders, now they're more like Cribs. Like I said, subsets are Cribs, some sets are Bloods. Like you have Asian boys, and these guys, they'll be Cribs, and then you'll have like OBS and the BNGs that are more like Bloods, and like that, like just like split in whichever the area's at. These guys are large in numbers as well, and be representing it and putting it down. Like I said, homie, these fools, you roll up to the area thinking that you just gonna be stomping on the grounds. I mean, they'll probably end up stomping you out, and that's just how it goes. Welcome to California, gangbang capital. It's everybody. It ain't just Raza. Let's believe that. From Temple as well. You got Temple, from ETC. You know what I mean? But like I said, these guys are ruthless. Look at the numbers. I mean, come on now, you know? These guys ain't no chumps. You think that they just some small guys you can just roam around the area and like it ain't nothing? Nah, homie. Like, they with the business. That's just how it goes. You see what I mean, though? You don't get rid of no problem. You know what I mean? So you got to take everyone into consideration. Like, you seen the numbers for yourself. Not like I'm making this shit up. And they got writers, but you know, I know some writers from those sets, so I know what I'm talking about. Like, to be thinking that they some chumps or whatever, like, nah, Asians get it cracking. And that I left out Asian Boys, I left out Tiny Rascals, I left out OBS, I left out Wachin, I left out the Black Dragons. That I left out so many sets. There's still way more sets, homie. So imagine. That's how it goes. So to be thinking that it's just raza, nah. You seen another one, whites. These Asians. What got everything? Black necks? Armenian? Come on now. The gangbanging is real. It's not just a raza thing. It has no race, no color. It's the struggle. I'm just saying. If you guys like, comment, subscribe. Check out the playlist. And Shadow, we out.